Good morning. I've shared recently an enriched dough recipe with you, which I make a bloomer with. And I've also used the same recipe for making bread buns. Now, the intention behind it was I was trying to create a very, very soft textured bread, which with a bloomer it absolutely does. And it has a lot of flavour in it. It has the addition of butter, eggs, and a few other things, etc., etc. Now I've used it for bread buns, and it does produce a lovely flavoured bread bun. However, it's not a standard bread. It is enriched, and you can taste it. It's an enriched bread bun. So what I wanted to do over Christmas, I thought I want to kind of go down the route of making something which is still soft, but which is more of a standard kind of normal bread bun that you'd see. So I've come up with a bit of a halfway house recipe, which I think you're going to like. Everyone, including my daughter, who's dead fussy with everything, I'll make all this bread, and she'll go and buy a little loaf of Warburtons. She's funny what she likes. Anyway, that aside, so yeah. I thought, she likes it. She likes this particular recipe. So there's a thumbs up there. I mean, if that's not an endorsement, I don't know what is. In fact, I'd probably rather go, because I applied for MasterChef, you know. I didn't get anywhere. I didn't get a reply back. But that's why I started all this originally. So I started this because on the questionnaire, it was, do you post any food anywhere? I thought, no, you know, I've never posted anything. So that's when I started posting food, and then when I realised it wasn't happening, I thought, well, the filming now, so it's not happening. So I was going to take it offline, off my Facebook, and then people started saying, no, keep on putting on, we enjoy watching what you're having for your tea. I thought, oh, if that's the thing, because I'm new to all of this. So it kind of it's grown from that, really. And when I realised people wanted to see it, and I thought that it could be useful. And that's, I don't post things just to think, look what I've cooked. I only post things now because I think if it's going to inspire somebody or be useful, that's why I do it. Otherwise, why would I go to the bother? You know, I don't need likes and blah, 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 but just some people, you know, if you like that, that's what you like. But I didn't go on for that reason, just to kind of put that out there. However, so back to the bread. So I decided, right, let's make a standard bread bun, and I think you're going to like it. So watch carefully. Okay, I've got, as I always have, these scales. Accurate scales, honestly. They're one of the major kitchen tool. I think, you know, good scales, a good sharp knife, definitely important. You know, when you're cooking things, temperature probe to tell you when things are cooked, very important. Some of the really basic, inexpensive things are some of the most useful and most used. And I think sometimes we miss a little trick when, you know, I get all this with cooking, we just throw a bit in here and a bit in there, and that's fine and that's brilliant. But sometimes when you want to repeat things and you've crafted something, you think, you know, I want to make it the same. Well, the only way you can make it the same is to do it the same way as you did it before. And yes, things will change, like ingredients, blah, blah, blah. Some things will be better in one season, out of season. But as best you can, if you want to make the same thing, you know, do the same method, use the same amount of ingredients. And that's the best that you can do. And that's all I try to do. I try to put some love into what I do. I try to do the best that I can. And hopefully at the other end, that pays off. So, you know, just sharing you a little bit there, kind of where I come from, but I come from Teesside, as you know, probably by the accent. So, without further ado, let's crack on with this, shall we? So, I'm using Matthew Cotswold, and I don't get paid, or nobody sends me free flour, anything like that. I found it, I use it, because I like it. And it's the one which says bread rolls on the packet. And it is 12.5% protein. Why is protein important? I'll tell you why protein is important. Protein goes into making your gluten. The gluten is what makes everything stretchy and elastic and strong. So to get the gluten going, or to make the gluten, you add water to the flour, and that activates the proteins which are in the flour to form the gluten. So science over, wake up. Oh wait, I can see you going to sleep there. Just cheer up about your gluten, get it in a bowl. I know. So 12.5%. Makes good bread rolls. That's what I'm getting to. Even the scales have gone to sleep. That's a bad sign, that. Right, we're on 0. 500 grams. Get in there. Come on. Away. These good people have got things to do. So 300, 400. Come on there. 500. 500, 499, 503. Get out there. 501. 1 gram. Irrelevant. So we have a sachet of yeast. We have 7 grams dry active yeast. One side of the bowl, always opposite to the salt. I always do things in order, and I put things in the bowl so I can see that I'll put them in. Because quite often you start something off and you'll get distracted. You know, did I put that in? Well, look in the bowl. Oh, I can say I put yeast in. I know I put the salt there. That's in. Blah, blah, blah. You see where I'm coming from. So 0 that. So 7 grams of dry active, 10 grams of salt. Is that important? Yes. Why? Flavour. Tastes awful without the salt. So all it's there for. So a good, that's about 8 grams there. Let's have a look. 8 grams. Hey, how about that then? 9. Come on, get it there. It's not moving now. 9, a bit more. 10 grams. There we go. Right, here we go. And these for the, let me get in the little store cupboard here. This is where it kind of veers from just standard bread, is that and water. Yeah. So we're taking it a step further. So I've got milk powder, which I use in my other recipe. What does this do? Adds flavour. It adds, changes the texture of the bread, makes it softer, which milk does, but we're just using the powder. So no milk in this recipe, it's water, but we are using milk powder. So we want 0 of that, 40 grams. So let's have a go, 40 grams. I use, you might think that's a big thing of milk powder. It is, because I make a lot of bread nowadays. That's 18, 30, come on, let's have a go. Get yourself up there, 40, a bit too much. 40, that's exactly 40, that's what we want. Let's stick with the accuracy here. Let's keep that there. Get the lid on, move that out of the way. Right, 0 of that. Next, you might not have seen this before. This is, the one I'm using, because people ask me, which one do you use? It's Bread Improver. And what does it do? Well, it improves bread. That's what it says on the label. What it actually does is it improves the way the flour reacts and the gluten develops, etc., etc. Also improves the shelf life, so it makes it last longer and it makes it softer. So, and it improves the rise. So all in all, it does improve things. I've done it with and I've done it without, and I prefer to do it with. If you want to do it without, fine, absolutely fine. It just won't be as puffy, and it won't last as long. It won't taste as good. So that's up to you. You make that call. I know what I'm doing. 10 grams is going in. You can put between 5 and 10 in. 10, because I want nice, soft, fluffy ones. So I'm putting that in next to the thing. So I can see everything in order there. 6 grams. Let's get that in. 8 grams. 9 grams. 10 grams. There we go. Yeah, it's quite dense, this powder. So when you're actually adding it, you think you haven't got a lot there, but if you've got like a clump of it, it weighs a lot more than you think it's going to weigh. Right, next ingredient, oil. Bog standard olive oil, not extra virgin. Don't need extra virgin. Olive oil. All you do in this is you're adding a fat to the bread. That increases its softness. That increases its keeping quality. And we're going to put 45 grams in. Right, I've changed the thing now. Right, back to grams. 0. 45 grams, which is 3 tablespoons-ish. I always go, as you know by now, I go by weight, because it's more accurate. And it's sat on the scale anyway. It's cleaner. You don't have to start cleaning mucky tablespoons and what have you. So there we go, 45 grams. It's actually 48, but I won't lose sleep over 48. Let's 0 this. So Now, we're going to add water. Now, this is the point where I'd probably add a touch more water because it can make this dough a little bit on the sticky side. So I'm going to compromise a little bit with this, and I'm going to add 300 and, no, I'll tell you what, let's go with it. Let's go with 340 grams of water. So I'm going to put that in now. 340 grams, just get it. This is plain old cold water. This is filtered. The only reason I'm using filtered, it's because I've got it in a jug, and it was easier picking the jug up. 340 exactly. It was easier picking the jug up than it was getting a jug out the cupboard and putting cold water in. So right, all ingredients in the mixer. And we're going to mix that for 12 minutes. So to start with, you're not going to hang around for 12 minutes, by the way. Get it on low to start with. Let's move stuff out of the way. Let's see where we're going here. Yeah, I'm making these while I can before my phone goes, because I know it's the screen's gone black now. So it's not going to be too long before it's kaput. So we'll do it as we can. Right, so that's come together, all the dry stuff from the side. I'm going to turn that up. Mine goes to 6 and then max, so I'm about 3.5. And that's going to do its thing for 12 minutes. We're going to come back, have a look, turn it out, make it into a ball, stick it in a bowl, and then it'll rest for a good while. So we'll come back and we'll talk about it soon. So for now, go and get a cup of tea, and I'll see you soon.